Hi, I'm Kara O, and I got kicked off of Facebook. And I've had an awful lot of people ask me why. And rather than typing it in a whole bunch of times or even copying and pasting into a whole bunch of different people's requests to find out what went on, I decided I would just make a video that explained what I did and also use this as an opportunity to help you not make the same mistake. So this is what I did. I ask a lot of questions on my wall, and I try to be provocative. I try to be make people curious and want to come over. I'm a bit mischievous, I have to admit. And I do get a lot of people who come over to my wall and respond to my questions. And it's kind of like having a party. We all have a good time. I have a good time, and I know a lot of my friends do because they write to me and tell me how much fun they're having. So what I did, one of the comments in one of the questions I asked was, "Have you seen Defending the Caveman?" It's a play, and because I'm an expert on men and I've written a book about men, I've had many people over the years who have asked me if I've seen this play, and I want to, but it's never been in the city that I'm in. So I am hoping someday I will get to see it. But that reminded me of a really funny video that's on one of my websites, and I thought, oh boy, I'll go out and I'll give everybody a link to this video because it's so good. It compares men's brains to women's brains. It's really funny, and the guy is really good. So I thought, okay, I put it into the first thread, and then I copied that, and then went over to the next thread and the next thread and pasted it into all these different, probably the most recent 5 to 10 threads. And immediately I got a notice, as soon as I had done, the last one, I got a notice on my screen that said, "Your account has been disabled." Oh, and I knew right away, like, gosh, I knew what I had done. It was a stupid, stupid thing to do, but I was just so excited to share this video with everybody. So, what I did was I triggered the spam alarm. Yeah, you're not supposed to send a link out to a whole bunch of people. And the fact that it happened so quickly, they might have thought it was even automated. I just was so excited. Like, oh, I'll tell everybody about this video. Well, here's where you can learn. What I should have done is put it up into my update, and then I could gone into the threads and say, hey, I just updated a great video. There's a link there. It's really funny. You'll find it very informative as well. So that was what I should have done. So if your account gets deactivated, which I would recommend that you assume that it will, because it happens to so many people. I knew what caused mine to get deactivated, but a lot of people, they don't know why. They haven't a clue. They just, like, all of a sudden, they have no account. So what you can do is back up backing up is not the right term. Copy everything in your profile, especially if you have put a lot of effort into it, which I have. So go through each section and be sure and name what the section is, so you can go back. It's like, well, that's your favorite music, that's your favorite, movie, this is about me. Put all that back in when you get a new account, if you have to get a new account. I'll explain more about that. And to get a new account, by the way, you need to have a second email, which I have at least 8. So that was not a problem when I wanted to start a new account while I was waiting. I really didn't think that they would give me my account back, but they did. So what you do is copy everything that's on your profile. If you have special friends, copy their names over and put those on a list on your desktop. That can work sometimes. I had several. I went to search for them when I was setting up my new account. Some of them, there's so many of the same name, you can't really find them. I know one woman, I went to high school with her. I had to find her on page 12. There were so many with her name, and there were more pages beyond that. So that can only work so far. You could, if they're really important people that you want to be sure and reconnect with, you could actually write to them now, get their email addresses, and put that in a safe place so that if you do get kicked off, when you get kicked off, you can go and email them and say, would you please friend me? I got kicked off. Here's my new account. So that's one way to take care of that. Another thing that really, really made me crazy while I was trying to set up this new account and waiting to see if my old account would be reactivated, I have 4 groups. 2 of them have over 1,500 members in them. And I thought that I had set it up with a special way to protect myself. Phyllis Zemler-Miller, she's a wonderful friend who told me over a year ago, you need to be sure and back up protect your groups by having another administrator. And I didn't know what I was doing. It turns out, and I found out the hard way when I tried to go through with my new account, I had put them as officers. That didn't work. They have no power then. You need them to be an administrator so that when you get kicked off, you can go to them and say, hey, I got kicked off. I've got a new account. I've become a friend, or if you can't find it, ask them to invite you to be in the group. And then they go in and turn you into an administrator, and you're back. You have your group back. I've talked to so many people that have lost their groups. They have no control over it. So that's one way to handle that. And then there are other things that can cause you to get kicked off. One is you can friend people too quickly. I have done that when I was first starting and got warned. Now it seems like they're just kicking you off. If you, one after another where you copy paste, maybe, I don't know how people do it, but that can get you kicked off. Another one is I get a lot of friend requests, and I was putting in a link for just for a moment of time. I thought, oh, I'll put a link to my website, my main one, KaraO.com. And I put that in there, and I think about 5 times, and that triggered a warning. So you don't want to they really don't want you to put web links in there, especially not a bunch of times. Once, no problem. So those are just some things to be really careful of. And if you do get deactivated, and you weren't being naughty, I wasn't being naughty. I did do something that can be perceived as naughty, though. You go and you actually plead your case. And I went in and I explained, I said, you know what, I totally get why you kicked me off, or deactivated me. I didn't say that. Yes, we don't want to get them upset with you. So I told them I understood, that I was just really excited. I have a lot of people enjoy coming over to my wall and responding to questions. And I said, you can go on and see, because I knew they could access my account. And I just, in my enthusiasm, I put this link in a whole bunch, and I realized, I should have put it up in my update. So I'm sorry. And they actually did reactivate my account, and they said, if you do it again, you're out of here. So I'm very grateful. And I know a lot of people get up in arms about Facebook because of this sort of thing. And, sometimes, what do they call them? The Facebook Nazis. They're not. Remember, this is a free service. It's free. I don't feel like I have any room to complain because it's a wonderful service. Have a lot of fun with it. I've met many people face to face. I have some women now that are dear friends that I met through Facebook. It's a wonderful service. So, respect their rules. And when you know you did something you're not supposed to, then go plead your case if you lose your account, and hopefully they'll let you get back on. So, I don't. For anybody that wants to see this video, I know I've had a lot of people say, what is it that I want to see the video too? Okay, this is what you do, is you go to alivewithlove.com/videos/brains.html. This is on one of my websites, and it really is the guys comparing men's brains to women's, and it's really funny. So I hope this has been a helpful video for you, and I hope you enjoy the video if you go over and look at it. Take care.